Hey guys, so I remember record player videos being pretty popular. This is what I've seen on my channel. So, how about another record player? So I can pull you in a little bit. So I can see it's already unlocked. Lift the cover. What we have is a Newcomb EDT 280. I think this would be considered a classroom record player. Now, I already did some work on this, but I didn't record it. But you didn't really miss a whole lot. All I did is that I cleaned and lubricated the mechanism, so it runs now. I could probably demonstrate that here. Not even going to stop the camera. So I start it. Wait, hold on. Let me go make sure my extension cord is... You know, it's funny how forgetting to plug in your extension cord will cause it to not work. Anyway, I click it on here. Put it to a speed. So there we got 33. I didn't actually measure the speed yet. I mean, we can do that right here. I got the app on my phone. See what it's running at. There it is. So I pull the camera and you can see it's running close enough to the right speed. I mean, a lot of these things always ran fast. You got your 16, 33, 45, 78. So that's working, but if you notice anything, you don't hear any like amplifier noise. And even if I turn up the volume, you don't hear anything. That's the problem with this thing. The amplifier is not working, and it's actually, because since I was in here, it's actually unplugged right now. If I plug it in, the motor stalls, so it's definitely, I feel like it's a short on the input of the amplifier. So we're going to take this apart and see what we can find. So to get one of these apart, you got a screw here, a screw over here, and then there's two more on the other side that you have to get too. You just loosen them, and the whole record player assembly should just come off as one big unit. I'm not gonna make you watch removing all the screws, it'd be kind of boring. Alright, now that the screws are removed, you carefully want to lift it out without find something to grab on. The cord might be a good choice. Yeah, I got all 4 screws. Forget exactly how you get this out. I see it's just sticking. Yeah, here it comes. And before anything, you want to make sure you unplug the speaker. You don't want to rip the terminals off of it. Then I'm going to work on getting these terminals off. I don't want to break the speaker. The terminals are... Alright, now that I got the speaker disconnected, we can lift this away. We can move this out of the way so we don't mess it up. I'm just going to put it on the floor down here. And there's our amplifier. So here's where the power comes in. I'm going to have to figure out how to take the board out. Yeah. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. I'm going to do that off camera, see if I can get the board out. Alright, so the development came in. Excuse me. So to get the amplifier out, you got to remove these 2 nuts, which are on the volume and tone control, which makes sense. And you have to remove the platter to get to these 2 screws so you can loosen that side of the amplifier. That's if you're following along at home, which I would not use this as a guide because I'm still learning and I'm not an expert at this. So, we'll get these out, come back to. Alright, so now that I'm done letting the amplifier flop around, I believe everything that needs to be disconnected is disconnected. Okay, maybe not. So I'm going to pick it up, flip it over, realize that the tone arm wasn't fastened down. And now we can look at the board. Cool. So I'll pick you up and pull you in. You can see it's to me it looks like a pretty nice amplifier board. I guess those are your outputs. I bet most of these capacitors are good because the way this failed is that it failed instantly, so I'm thinking it's one of these rectifier diodes. And because the way it failed is that it shorted instantly. It wasn't a capacitor like where it slowly shorted. It was just instant, like bang, and then it stalled the motor. Yeah. So I'm gonna poke around with the multimeter here and see what I find. I'm gonna first start with these rectifier diodes first. So I got the multimeter here. See if I can get everything in frame real quick. So if I put this, no, you won't be able to see it there. So there you go. Now this isn't the best way to test this stuff. No shorts yet. Not getting any shorts. So let me go into ohms real quick. Really anything above 200. Let me poke out the AC input. Why isn't this thing working? New development. AC input not shorted. Let me turn it around. Connect the AC power. Actually, no, let me test it first. So, this is the part I don't recommend doing at home, where you're going to plug it in where everything's taken apart. It's going to be AC. Put that to the side. Alrighty, so we're plugged in. And the knob would be here, I think. Yeah, that's Yeah, the motor's running. I don't want to leave it like that. I better. Should be a little better. Yeah. So there it's running. So I'm going to check these outputs here. Which one are we getting? Ouch! Just jolted myself. That's why you don't want to do this at home. Unless if you have to. We're getting 24 volts AC. Okay. Now we unplug this. It's unplugged now. Where to go from here? Because it goes into the rectifier. This stumps me already, because it's like, I know it's shorted, but now it's not testing shorted. Let me just double check it one more time. Let me make sure there's no... all it tested was the capacitor charging up, I think. Because I saw a value for a moment and then just went away. So I'll hook this back up. I guess we'll put this all back together. Because I don't really know what to do. Who knows, maybe it's suddenly working now. Alright, so what I did is this wire here, this is a speaker that went to the stereo that I have set up down here. I'm just going to connect it to the speaker output of the amplifier here. Just because I don't want to hook it up to the internal speaker, or the original speaker yet. Mostly because it's in that cabinet and it's really big and I don't want to damage it just by moving it around. So, because good luck getting a speaker of that size, because it's a huge oval speaker. I think you were able to see it in one of the previous shots. If not, I can probably show you later. So that's connected. Double check all of our connections and they look okay. So I'm going to plug it in down here. I put the cord up here, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Here we go. And I think you can see the symptom. I don't want to leave this for too long, but it's causing the motor to stall, and I can feel it getting a bit warm. And I shouldn't be touching things while it's live. And when I disconnect those, and these two hands here, and I just disconnect one, it disconnects all power. The motor starts up and runs just fine. So I feel like something's shorted, but I don't actually know what it is. If I touch it here, I heard it make a sound through the speaker actually. So huh. So, tilt this so you can see it too. So I'm measuring here. Maybe I should put it on AC volts first. Okay, so I'm measuring there and there. We've got 24 volts. The moment I connect it, it goes to 2 volts. So I gotta figure out what's loading it down like that. I don't think I have a way to put 24 volts into that. At least not easy. I don't know of any 24 volt AC adapters that I have. Because pretty sure this isn't bad, but you never know. I mean, I feel like it's not bad because it's outputting voltage and the motor's running fine. If it were shorted internally, I feel like it'd have caused the motor to have issues, you know. What could be shorted on this? Couldn't be. It can't be the capacitor, otherwise I'd read it on there. Let me try reading current actually, okay? Because I can actually do that with this meter. I don't know if I want to do this though. Alright. I don't see any clip leads down here, do I? One wire can be shoved in there. So I'm using the hold feature actually. It says it's only using an amp. Actually, that might be a lot. 24 volts, 1 amp, yeah, it's actually a lot. So I don't think current is an issue. What to do? Unplug that. I think 1 amp is too much for something transistorized. And doing too much with that Zenith record player. It's all tube and high current. So disconnect this speaker and then hook it up back to the stereo later. So far what I've learned about this is exactly what I diagnosed last time. It's drawing too much current, stalling the motor, and I still don't know what's doing it. I feel like the next course of action would be to pull out those diodes and check. I just want to rule out them being bad or not. If they are not bad, then I have no clue what this could be. If they are bad, then I guess I'll have to order some rectifier diodes or just put in a full bridge rectifier from a computer power supply or something. See if I can do that eventually. So let me see if I can pull those not capacitors. See if I can pull those diodes out. Alright. You guys will love to hear this. And no, I'm just kidding. That's sarcasm. After, I don't know, half hour of testing components and stuff, I didn't get anywhere farther. All the components I've pulled or just tested in general tested fine, nothing wrong with them. I even checked a couple capacitors and none of them were shorted. Yeah, this one, I'm stumped. I'm stumped on this one, I really am. One thing I could do is try feeding it 12 volts. I know that's not the, well, but it drew over an amp. How is that possible? If that was bad. I don't know. I have no clue what's wrong with this. I was hoping to get something working, because this would be a nice record player. Yeah. I have no idea what's wrong with it. If anybody has worked on one of these before and knows what the symptom could be, let me know, like in the comment section, because that would be very helpful, and I will definitely come back to it if I do figure something out. But other than that, well, if you enjoyed this video, you can do all the normal YouTube stuff. You probably already know what to do. And I guess I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.